When's the next one? I can't avoid it.
I mean, then you go to church, this church.
Talk about it, yeah. And I'd like to work on like state law stuff.
Yeah.
Like limits them, so they have to like be more transparent. But they make it sound like the tree is dead and they make it in big favor and they're trying to like cut down every tree in Australia.
I have more influence over that with them at the state level.
I know, but it's about the state law.
That's what I'm saying,
About the zone of interest. I think the notice should say something about
What's actually
the health of the tree.
Yeah.
You better really help the tree. Yeah. Like they come and they're like, oh, I'll sure. Okay, anyway, you can bother me.
I want to ask. No, can I look at the number? Because I was torn. I'll look today. Why would they issue? Can I let you know today? Only because I'll know tomorrow. Those are Saturdays. We're happy Saturday, but let me tell you this.
I got it.
That's why I was here.
Look him up.
One day.
Talk about that.
It's 1:05. It's 1:05. Listen, my house.
I'll find out if I have a meeting.
Here.
Albert Rodriguez. Same.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Yes.
Here.
Nelly. Smith.
Here.
Pesca.
Here.
Murphy. Moran.
Here.
Hernandez.
Here.
Miller. Vinci.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Hamza. Here. Moore.
Here.
Edwards.
Here.
Adler.
Here.
Streeter.
Present.
Overton.
Here.
Nye.
Here.
Hamilton.
Present.
Scott.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Merlo.
Here.
Hogan.
Here.
Wingate.
Present.
Smith.
A quorum has been established. We'll now have divine guidance by order from Ward 9.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, you may be seated. Tonight, I want to talk about you. When I reflected on divine guidance, I thought about what remains when the noise has settled, the microphones have turned off, the chambers are empty. And I thought about those quiet moments of real care between us that almost go unnoticed. Moments like with Alders, where we've talked about the foods of our cultures, kimbap, japchae, and curries, and where we've often stood shoulder to shoulder together on the New Haven Green, hands linked in protest for our neighbors and our city's future. I thought about phone calls with Alder Miller, who isn't here tonight, where we may disagree or wrestle on issues at times, and she may lovingly say to me that I might be too nice. And yet we continue to choose respect anyway, choose relationship anyway, and choose again and again to build instead of break. Moments like with Alders. You're familiar, where's my hug? Those small, quiet moments of encouragement where you make me feel like the world is a little bit bigger and the world is a little more possible. And I also think about an evening when I was navigating something really hard, something I had not faced before and truly did not know how to handle. And I told you, President Walker Myers, over there on that side of the chambers, and you stepped in with care, without blinking, without hesitation, and without pause. And of course, there's more. Alder Marchand's sometimes frustrating intelligence, Alder Redente's fierce and loyal friendship, Alder Rodriguez and Alder Edwards' laugh that never fails to make me smile. Majority Leader Furlow's surgical precision with process, and Alder Hogan's questions grounded in a deep sediment of experience. Isn't that, at least in part, what this is about in the end? How we treat one another, what we believe about each of us, who we are when no one is paying attention but each other. Being frustrated, disagreeing, and then choosing to return, to rebuild, to push each other, and to work for our city that we love. Ultimately, I believe who we are in this room is shaped by those small, tender moments of genuine care. And in those moments, we're modeling it in a very real way, the kind of community we say that we want to build. And I hope, in my own small way, to never take those moments for granted, and to be that kind of colleague to each of you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening. I move approval of the Journal of March 16, 2026 Board of Alders.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Are there any corrections to the journal? Please none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask you to see item number 1, Board funds of tax collector concerning tax refunds April 6, 2026.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, let's move on.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 2 for the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer submitting an order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven approving the closures associated with Yale Class Day exercises on Sunday, May 17, 2026, Yale's graduation ceremony on Monday, May 18, 2026, and the Yale School of Medicine commencement ceremony on May 18, 2026.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, let's move on.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on items 3 through 13 from Symphonia Brown submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 56102, 56349, 56388. Or from Dennis Q submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 891658. 5 from Christian Curiel submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 61784, 61876, and 62464. 6 from Rodrigo Echeandia Leon submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 83476, 65779, and 65672. 7 from Richard Hayes submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 72393, 73541, and 43243. 8 Shapira Manyfield submitting an order of the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 89655 and 84617. 9 from Shaquana Mohammed, submitting an order of the Board of Alder's concerning assistance with tax account numbers 86933. 10 from Mary Ramos, submitting an order of the Board of Alder's concerning assistance with tax account numbers 93363. 11 from Abigail Rivera Rosario, submitting an order of the Board of Alder's concerning assistance with tax account numbers 94781 and 94369. 12 from Carmen Suarez Rivera, submitting an order of the Board of Alder's concerning assistance with tax account numbers 91962, 99322, and 99372. And 13 from Zanadia Woods, submitting an order of the Board of Alder's concerning assistance with tax account numbers 96735, 105898, 108333, and 108540.
Is there anyone going to deny the consent? Seeing none, let's move to
I move these items.
Second.
the items have been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I know items 14 through 23. Under first readings, I know items 24 through 28. Under second readings, I move item 29A. Aldermanic Affairs favorable. A, order of the New Haven Board of Alderers approving the mayor's appointment of Daniel Coughlin to the position of Chief of the New Haven Fire Department.
Second.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order for Ward 24.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, colleagues. On Thursday, March 12, 2026, the Aldermanic Affairs Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this appointee. Chief Austin promised to raise up a fire chief from within the New Haven ranks, and he delivered. Mr. Coughlin started as a firefighter with the New Haven Fire Department in 2002, rising through the ranks to Assistant Fire Chief in 2023. Mr. Coughlin attended the Aldermanic Affairs Committee meeting and enthusiastically spoke about serving in the capacity of fire chief. This committee favorably recommends this appointee, and we encourage colleagues to favorably vote to appoint him as fire chief. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order for Ward 10.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of this appointment of Chief Coughlin. Chief Coughlin brings more than 20 years of service to the department, having joined New Haven Fire Department in 2002, as was mentioned. Over the course of his career, he has risen through the ranks, serving as firefighter, lieutenant, captain, battalion chief, and assistant chief of operations before assuming this position, if unanimously voted on this evening. Chief Coughlin has been recognized throughout his career for his dedication, professionalism, and service to the city of New Haven, including receiving the department's Medal of Valor and being named Firefighter of the Year. In addition to his operational leadership, he has served in leadership positions with New Haven Firefighters Local 825 and the City of New Haven Firefighters Emerald Society. As acting fire chief, Chief Coughlin has identified key priorities, including training, firefighter safety, recruitment, mental health and wellness, and strengthening communication across the department, which is everything that we believe in on this board as well. And he obviously learned really well from our former Chief Austin, and reflects a continued commitment to experience leadership within the New Haven Fire Department, which is also important in the city. It shows that growth within the department is possible, and having a New Haven kid be chief of the New Haven Fire Department is a great reflection of our city and our fire department. So I encourage my colleagues to support this appointment. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. I am happy to stand to support the approval of the appointment of Chief of the New Haven Fire Department. I believe that his steady leadership and his experience, works for a wonderful transition from our former fire department chief, who has done an excellent job through the years, and I believe that this appointment will be as equally as efficient. I urge colleagues to support this approval. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 5.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I understand and support the nomination of our chief officer position.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under 29, automatic affairs favorable, I move items B through H. B, order of the Board of Alderers approving the reappointment of Catherine Green McGray to the Homeless Advisory Commission. C, order of the Board of Alderers approving the reappointment of Leslie Starks to the Homeless Advisory Commission. D, order of the Board of Alderers approving the reappointment of Lee Cruz to the Library Board of Directors. E, order of the Board of Alderers approving the reappointment of Alder Jeanette L. Morrison to the Library Board of Directors as the Board of Alders representative. F, order of the Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Michael Waller to the Board of Police Commissioners. G, order of the Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Tracy Years to the Board of Police Commissioners. And H, order of the Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Joyce Alton to the Greater New Haven Water Pollution Control Authority Board of Directors.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order for Ward 24.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, March 12, 2026, the Automatic Affairs Committee met. We would like to favorably recommend these reappointees. The committee favorably recommends these appointees, and I ask colleagues to vote favorably to support them. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 31, A and B, finance favorable.
Going back to 34.
Where am I?
30.
30. Just probably do that first, 24, 31. So I move item 30, city services and environmental policy favorable, A and B, resolution of the New Haven Board of Alderers authorizing the New Haven Parks Department to accept a grant from the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection to create a safer pier at the north pond of Beaver Ponds Park. And B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders of the City of New Haven approving the release of easements encumbering 18 Tower Lane and 1B Tower Lane.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order for Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, March 5th, 2026, the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend both these items. Item A, this grant will be used to create a safer pier for public use at the north pond of Beaver Ponds Park. I encourage my colleagues to support this item. And item B, again, on Thursday, March 5th, 2026, the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. Releasing these old unused easements will make it possible for the developer to get funding to build Tower 3, which will provide much needed additional senior living apartments in the city of New Haven. And I encourage my colleagues to support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Now I will move item 31. A and B, finance favorable. A, order of the New Haven Board of Alders of the City of New Haven authorizing the mayor to enter into a 4-year lease agreement with DLL Finance LLC for club car, golf carts, and related service. B, order to read and file the updated budgetary and financial reports for the month of January 2026 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. Item A,
This 4-year agreement includes the lease of 80 carts to be used at Alden Memorial Golf Course, as well as their maintenance and repair. The Finance Committee heard this request at its March 9th meeting, and the city staff explained that these carts will be more capable and have more features than the current equipment. This improvement in quality will better serve the growing number of residents and visitors who use this popular facility. And yearly revenue from cart rentals should well exceed the annual cost of the lease. The committee voted to recommend approval, and I ask colleagues to vote yes on the motion. Item B is a briefly filed item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing on the finance favorable, I move item 31C, ordinance amendment to appropriate ordinance number 1, reclassifying positions within the Labor Relations Division, labor staff attorney positions number 8006 and number 25001 to senior labor relations counsel and labor relations associate respectively.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. Labor Relations requests to reclassify 2 labor staff attorney positions with the expectation that the change will make them easier to fill. The Senior Labor Relations Counsel position comes with a higher salary, which will make it more attractive to qualified candidates. The Labor Relations Associate position has a lower salary, but applicants need not be attorneys. The combined salaries of these new positions, or reclassified positions rather, are slightly lower than for the current positions. The Finance Committee heard this request on March 9th and voted to recommend approval. I urge colleagues to vote to approve. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment. I'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Theodore,
Yes.
Douglas,
Yep.
Birch, Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh. Yes. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Martinelli, Smith,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Murphy, Moran,
Yes.
Valdez,
Yes.
Miller, Pedenti,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Sunzo,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Lightline,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Marshawn,
Yes.
Marks,
Yes.
Grillo,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Is there anyone who has a vote or wishing to vote? Is there anyone on the board wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 32A, legislation favorable. Zoning ordinance map amendment to change the zoning designation of 2 certain properties, 1439 Quinnipiac Avenue, New Haven, Connecticut, MB LU number 125 1039 00200 and 1445 Quinnipiac Avenue, New Haven, Connecticut, MBLU number 125 1039 00300 from RS2 general single family to RM1 low middle density.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order for Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, March 10th, the Legislation Committee heard this item and voted to favorably recommend it. The zoning map amendment would rezone 1439 and 1445 Quinnipiac Avenue from RS2 general single family to RM1 low middle density. This change will allow greater residential density on the 6.2 acre site and support the construction of additional apartments. I respectfully urge my colleagues to vote yes on this zoning map amendment. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a zoning ordinance map amendment. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Theodore,
Yes.
Douglas,
Yes.
Birch, Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Martinelli, Smith,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Murphy, Moran,
Yes.
Valdez,
Yes.
Miller, Pedenti, Carl,
Yes.
Sunzo,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Lightline,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Rashawn,
Yes.
Marks,
Yes.
Earl,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Wingate,
Yes.
Smith.
Is there anyone who has a vote wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has a vote wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, item passes with three.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under legislation favorable, I move item 32B, zoning ordinance map amendment approving a change in the designation of 18 Tower Lane and 1B Tower Lane from Plan Development District Number 13 to BD3 Central Business Mixed Use District.
Second.
I would like to note for the record that order from Ward 3 has joined us. The item has been moved to second discussion. I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. Once again, the legislation committee met and heard this item and voted to favorably recommend its approval. The zoning map amendment changes the designation of 18 Tower Lane and 1B Tower Lane from a planned development district to a BD3 Central Business Mixed Use District. This change allows for more flexibility by right mixed use development consistent with the surrounding area and the city's broader planning framework. I encourage colleagues to vote favorably also on this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 22.
Hello? Okay. So, thank you, Madam President. I stand in support of this item. We are talking about, building a third building. And the reason why I wanted to stand up is because just to highlight the importance of expanding our senior housing. We talk about housing all the time, but we have a tendency not to specifically talk about seniors. And I know from experience that Tower Lanes, the towers, they really focus on our senior citizens. Every senior has the right to live out their last years in dignity. And the one thing that I can say about Tower Lanes is that they ensure that their seniors live out their lives with dignity. I think about their average age is like 85, 100, and they walk around like they're 50. And that's because the people at Tower Lane really focus on the seniors. And we have to always remember that because all of us in here will one day be trying to knock on someone's door to ensure that we have senior housing. And so I ask this board to please support this item because it gives us yet another building to be able to refer our seniors to who will be able to live their last years out in pure dignity and delight. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a non-ordinance map amendment. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Theodore,
Yes.
Douglas,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes. Yes.
Knight, Smith,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Murphy, Moran,
Yes.
Mendez,
Yes.
Miller, Dempsey,
Yes.
Cal,
Yes.
Hunzo,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Nyblad,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Rashawn,
Yes.
Marks,
Yes.
Earl,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Wingate,
Yes.
Smith.
Is there anyone who has a vote wishing to vote? Anyone have a vote wishing to change your vote? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. The motion to amend matters previously adopted and move item 34 from the chair of the City Environmental Policy Committee submitting a motion to amend the item previously adopted or previously approved on November 7, 2024 to reflect the change.
We going back to 33. Motion is, don't worry about it, the screen be moving.
It is moving.
Just go ahead.
You're on under that first.
All
Under miscellaneous, I move item 33, motion to discharge from the chair of the Education Committee submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following legislative matter and take it up for immediate action. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the New Haven Board of Education to enter into an agreement with Trifecta Agrosystems under the Connecticut Department of Agriculture and Connecticut Grown for CT Kids program for shipping containers for high schools in the community through June 30, 2026.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 28.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On March 25th, 2026, the Education Committee heard from the New Haven Board of Education to enter into an agreement with Trifecta Ecosystems under the Connecticut Department of Agriculture for trailers to be used to grow mushrooms in the amount of $247,000. The committee voted unanimously to move this item for immediate disposal and to have this body move this item. Thank you, Madam.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor of moving this item, motion to discharge, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is discharged.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 28.
Thank you, Madam President. On March 25th, 2026, the Education Committee heard from the New Haven Department of Education to enter into agreement with Trifecta Ecosystems under the Connecticut Department of Agriculture for CT Grown for CT Kids program for shipping containers to grow mushrooms at high school in the community. The amount of the agreement is $247,000. The committee voted to move this item very quickly under this motion to discharge so this honorable body can move it today. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the item? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Under motions to amend matters previously adopted, I move item 34 from the chair of the City and Environmental Policy Committee submitting a motion to amend the item previously approved on November 7, 2024 to reflect the change in financing terms due to the determination of the EPA Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, GGRF, requiring the city to utilize Connecticut Green Bank conventional financing at an interest rate of 4.25% and to take immediate action. LM-2024-0572, order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor of the city of New Haven to enter into a bridge loan agreement with the Connecticut Green Bank to finance the construction of a network geothermal system.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. This item was submitted to the Board of Alders previously. Director Winter has requested this item be amended. This item was heard by the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee last year. I respectfully request this board approve this motion to amend so we can vote on this item as amended tonight. Thank you.
All in favor of amending this item, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We're now back to the item as amended. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. Let the record reflect this item is amended to change how the city will finance this geothermal project. The city will need to utilize Green Bank's conventional financing, which is an interest rate of 4.25%, due to the federal administration terminating the EPA's Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, which offered a 3% interest rate. If the litigation for this is dropped and it will go back to 3%. So, but for now, we need to protect this financing through the EPA's through the Green Bank's loan of 4.25%. So I encourage my colleagues to vote favorably to pass this item as amended. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the item as amended? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Please.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 35, will the Pearl submitted a motion to amend the item previously approved on February 17, 2026 by adding 541 Howard Avenue and 545 Howard Avenue, and to take immediate action on the item LN-2026-0045, order the New Haven Board of Alders approving the disposition of 1, 3 Arthur Street, 8 Dwight Street, 14 Dwight Street, 26 Dwight Street, 541 Howard Avenue, 545 Howard Avenue, 285 James Street, 156 Humphrey Street, 158 Humphrey Street, 56 Button Street, 105 Greenwood Street, to the New Haven Land Bank Incorporated for $1 each, and 224 Frank Street, 137 Frank Street, 139 number B Frank Street, 169 West Street, to Neighborhood Housing Services Incorporated for 1,000 per unit, 6 units total.
Second.
Item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. This was originally adopted on February 17th. However, these two properties were inadvertently omitted due to a clerical error. I ask Alders to support this amendment. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor of this amended item, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I know item 36. I move to close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will now call on point for first instruction. Okay, order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. We are nearing the end of March Madness, and it hasn't even March Madness. If anyone has been following college basketball, and I have to read, and I never followed any of this until my 3 boys got me into sports. I can't play any of them. I'm not athletic. I can't even make the cheerleading squad, but I'm always there cheering them on with their sports activities. And now I'm cheering on the men's basketball team tonight at 8:50 p.m. They are in the national championship against Michigan. And I'm supporting. So just putting it out there, send positive vibes for the men's basketball team at UConn, but I also want to give a shout out to the women's basketball team. They had an unbelievable, amazing season. They should be very proud to have accomplished what they did. They come together as a team. They're beautiful young ladies that just have a passion and love for each other and the game. So go UConn. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 21.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to have a moment of silence for the passing of my cousin Geneva, or Carl Walker. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 18.
Thank you, Madam President. We are holding a park and shoreline cleanup on April 18th from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Fort Hale Harbor Pavilion. And I just wanted to invite you all to come, roll up your sleeves, and help us clean up our shoreline and our parks. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. A couple of things I wanted to say, but I'll just make the announcement. I just got notice that I had a death in the family. But so I'm a little distracted, but this, April 9th is going to be the grand opening for the Shack. Alder Smith has asked that everyone who is going to go, Alders, if you could check in with me, because they want to get a head count. There'll be a little gift bag for all the altars. And so, see me afterwards, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody April 9th at the Shack. Thank you.
We are sorry for your loss, and you don't have to stick around. I will take the names of the orders and I will give it to you. Order for Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President. I made the announcement several times. I'm just super excited. This is my second annual, Easter egg hunt that will be taking place this Saturday at 1 p.m. At John C. Daniels, which is 569 Congress Avenue. I actually have these beautiful flyers, a beautiful face up there, belongs to me. But, if you guys would like to have any of the flyers passed as an award, this is open for everybody. Hopefully I'll see some of my colleagues here to come and support. Last year we had over 1,000, residents to come out all over throughout New Haven. We expect this turnout to be much bigger. And we're also having an adult egg hunt, which you guys can also partake in. So, I know one of the gift cards is, Kay Jewelers. Yeah, so, that's the announcement I had for this Saturday at 1 p.m. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now pull an order for Ward 2.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a reminder, everyone, that Fairhaven Day is coming up on May 2nd. If you haven't registered for the parade yet, please do so. This is our 4th year with the reinvention of Fairhaven Day. We're very proud. It gets bigger and bigger every year. Hundreds of vendors and information tables, live music, free food, youth activities. This year will be our 2nd year doing a charity show at the conclusion. We're doing a charity wrestling show to benefit PAL. All proceeds from the show will go to the Police Activity League's Youth Fund. This year's wrestling show will feature numerous Black and Latino talent from the New Haven area that perform professionally all over the world. Sponsors include New Haven PAL, Connecticut League, SCSU, Yale Office of New Haven Affairs, Community Foundation, District NHB, New Haven Police Union, Chiropractic and Wellness of New Haven, Boxing Park, and Mayo Rides. Please come out and support. Thank you.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? Somebody please turn the telephone off. No more points of personal privilege, a motion to adjourn is closed.
So moved.
Second. Motion has been made in second. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.
You gonna have my pizza? Pepperoni. Some pepper, what? I'm quitting my job.